Hi there, it's Tim from the Canadian Outdoor Equipment Company. I'm in our workshop again today, and today we're going to be going through which style of snowshoe is best for your purposes. So we're fans of traditional style snowshoes, meaning ones made from wood and hide, or babiche, it's also called, for the webbing. And we sell only full-grain babiche snowshoes because that provides a much stronger and more long-lasting webbing on your shoes. We do find, too, that traditionals offer superior flotation over the smaller, more modern plastic shoes. There just doesn't seem to be enough surface area to keep you up above the snowpack, whereas traditionals, that's definitely not a problem. While these do require some maintenance, it's minimal, and they do offer the ability to be repaired when damaged, which is a plus, something you can't necessarily do with your plastic snowshoes. The size of the snowshoe is determined by the overall weight of the wearer, which is the wearer's body weight plus boots, packs, clothing, total weight of the person on the shoe, and to a certain degree their height, but mostly, predominantly by weight. Snowshoes are sized in different sizes. For instance, we have here a 11 by 48 or 14 by 42. That's just a measure of the dimensions, width and length in inches. So 14 by 42. The style of snowshoe that you would choose is determined by the type of terrain that you're traveling on. So let's dive in. First off, this style of snowshoe is a Bearpaw. So this is best in heavily forested areas, as turning around or stepping over fallen logs is easily accomplished with that snowshoe, in that when you lift your foot, you can lift the whole shoe off of the ground. This is also good for climbing hills or up inclines as well, as you can kind of lift the whole shoe, kick it in to get kind of a step and work your way up an incline like that. The downside with Bearpaws is that they don't support a normal walking gait. The wearer has to walk a bit bow-legged to account for the round shape of the shoes. Hence, this style of snowshoe, called the modified Bearpaw. So, like a Bearpaw snowshoe, but squished in at the sides to allow for a normal walking gait when you're using them. Modified Bearpaw. Next, we have the Ojibwe snowshoe. So this is kind of at the other end of the spectrum. With Ojibwe snowshoes, you're kind of approaching a ski in terms of the function. With all snowshoes, when you walk on them, the heel tends to drag as you lift and walk. Having a tail on the shoe, as opposed to more babiche, allows it to glide when you're lifting your heel and walking, and therefore reduces effort over long distances because you're not dragging the tail of the snowshoe. The curled up front of the shoe keeps the tip above the snow line when you're walking, which is especially handy when there's a thin crust of ice, so you don't end up tripping on that ice, keeps the top of the shoes up above it. So Ojibwe snowshoes are best in wide open areas, so frozen lakes or open fields. That's where they really excel. Next style, we've got Huron snowshoes. So the Huron is like a cross between the Bearpaw and the Ojibwe, and the modified Bearpaw. It also has a tail for glide, as do the Ojibwes, but has a shorter, stouter front with babiche on it. So this is good for mixed terrain of open areas, meaning frozen lakes or open fields, and also forested areas if you're doing a mix. So this is ideal for where we are, which is southern Ontario, but this would also include southern Quebec, the northeastern United States. A bit about bindings. So the shoes come without bindings, and you have a choice of bindings that you can attach to the snowshoe. So we sell a couple of different styles. We have work bindings or sport bindings. So work bindings are the easiest to get in and out of and don't require you to use your digits. You can do this with mitts on. All you have to do is put your foot in the binding, wrap this around your ankle, and then for the lacing, you just pinch on this piece here and cinch up by drawing that down onto the top of your boot. The work bindings are very secure once you're cinched in, and they easily fit over winter or hiking boots. Although hiking boots is actually a better choice than winter boots because they're not as heavy. You actually want your feet to be as kind of light as possible. Sport bindings, the other alternative, are great for use when you're using mucklucks as foot gear. And that actually provides very, very lightweight foot gear. It's a great feeling walking on snowshoes and mucklucks. A couple words on maintenance. Maintenance on traditionals is pretty painless. You merely have to hang it up and apply marine varnish, which is spar urethane, on the whole shoe, except for the binding. So the wood and the babiche, and I would do that at the end of the season. You don't necessarily have to do it every single season, but I would not skip more than a season before reapplying the varnish. Any repairs to the babiche, if you've managed to rip or tear one, can be facilitated with this, which is a repair kit. And that just involves soaking the babiche so that it becomes flexible, and then tying it to where the babiche has been damaged on your snowshoe. So taking care of your shoes like that will provide use for decades to come and get you out there enjoying all the lovely winter weather while you can. So there you have it. For more info, please do visit our website at www.canadianoutdoorequipment.com. And here's hoping we get a good dumping of snow so we'll have optimal snowshoeing conditions. See you out there.